Hello, welcome to my Subscribe Star members, as this is my first AEW Dynamite review. It was live from Las Vegas, Nevada last night, March 24th, 2023, in the final days. One more show to go before the pay-per-view, Double or Nothing in Las Vegas. Last night, AEW returned to the building where it all started, the MGM Grand. So the first match on the card was Pockets, the international champion, Orange Cassidy versus Kyle Fletcher of the Aussie Open. As I said, AEW international title match. Fletcher came out of the gates fast. Orange Cassidy continues to struggle with similar opponents to his size, which creates a very bad aesthetic, considering a couple weeks ago we watched him absolutely dominate Big Bill in a match, which is pathetic considering Bill's got at least 150 pounds and a foot of height on him. Pockets went full Pockets, did his kip up with his hands in his pockets, got super kicked in the face. Fletcher pulled off a long standing vertical suplex. Fletcher also caught Pockets in midair, hit a spinning Michinoku driver. He hit Fletcher, hit two tombstones on Pockets, and Pockets no-sold them. He kicked out. Pockets also kicked out of a top rope Michinoku driver. So for those of you keeping score at home, this match featured 2 Michinoku drivers and 3 tombstones. Pockets won by a quick roll-up pin to retain. It was a shit finish to a decent match that made Fletcher look pretty good as a singles worker. Next up, we had Renee backstage with Pebbles, a.k.a. Ricky Starks. He doesn't cut a good promo. He's not engaging. Thankfully, the Bullet Club Gold, Juice, and Switchblade came back and just beat his ass. We had a Jeff Jarrett flashback leading into an FTR promo. Solid promo. Mark Briscoe came out. The promo kept going. They talked about he took the pile driver a couple weeks ago from Dax after he got sprayed in the eyes. Mark slapped the bejesus out of Dax. He pushed Karen Jarrett while he was walking backstage, slapped Double J, took him down, told Jay Lethal he's tired of the bullshit, and left, walking right by Zippy the Pinhead. Briscoe said he'll call the match the pay-per-view down the middle. Next up, we have another promo, Sammy Guevara and Renee backstage. Sammy said he's not going to lay down for MJF on the Four Pillars match at Double or Nothing. This led into our second match of the evening, a trios title match featuring the reigning champions, the House of Black, with Julia Hart versus AR Fox, Blake Christian, and Metalik. And it was a little more than a squash, but the triple finisher with different moves from all 3 members of the House of Black was absolutely great. And this match was a premium clinic in-ring storytelling and psychology, just based on the way they worked this match. The House of Black, while their guys did take some bumps during the match, never once did they look weak. Never once did you not buy them as a dominant team, or trio as it were in this case. So they went over with triple finishers, and it was like 3 tap outs all at once. And the big one, I can't remember his name, all tatted up, was choking, I think it was Blake Christian, as he stood on the apron to the outside of the ring and just dropped his limp body down. And it was one hell of an aesthetic. Next up, we had a Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite promo video package. I didn't care, wasn't really that good. And when the Blackpool Combat Club was actually cutting the promo after the video package, Moxley did most of the talking. And I really can't be bothered to care about much of what Moxley says when MJF came out next, made a great entrance, spat on a fan on his way to the ring, and my day was made at that point. MJF said instead of calling Vegas Sin City, it should be called Virgin Vegas, looking at the crowd in the arena tonight, and called them disgusting lowlife pores. MJF is probably the best heel in wrestling right now in the United States. I don't know about beyond that because I don't really pay attention to much outside the U.S., but this man is a star, and it's a shame AEW really doesn't have a babyface counterpart for him to play off of. And he verbally buried his opponents, but then put them all over for the main event at Double or Nothing, talking about how good of a match it's going to be. And MJF is selling his contract being up soon, and that Khan would love to see him gone, when we all know that Tony Khan cannot afford to lose MJF. Darby Allin came down to the ring, and he put over the hardships he had growing up, and that he's going to climb Mount Everest next year, which is a ploy for his reality TV career, I'm sure. And he's going to be the new AEW World Champion, and MJF kicked him in the nuts. Guevara came in, chased MJF out of the ring. Jungle Boy ran out. MJF tried to clothesline him. He missed. Jungle Boy clotheslined him, hoisted the title up, and it is way bigger than Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Match 3, Taya Valkyrie versus Lady Frost. I could have wrote 2 pages about this match. It was so freaking great. Lady Frost is amazing. She is a star. This match had a lot of great back and forth. Taya is a thoroughbred, though. Jade was on the ramp with her entourage, of course, watching this very closely, leading into her title match for her TBS title against Taya on Sunday back in Vegas at the pay-per-view. Taya went over with the Road to Valhalla, and they didn't give this match nearly enough time. I wanted to keep it brief, but they really gave Lady Frost a chance to showcase her talent, her moveset, kept Taya looking strong. See, this is the problem I have with AEW. They do so many things like this right, and then you'll look at the men's side of it, and the booking is just horrendous. Next up, we had our Tony Khan announcement, and he announced AEW's Collision, the first 5 dates, and then built the suspense up, and Collision will be debuting on June 17th in Chicago, Illinois, which would allude to CM Punk coming back. That was the sticking point, the linchpin on this entire Collision thing. Was CM Punk going to come back? Was Brian Alvarez right? No, Brian Alvarez is never right. But Corny and Last were talking about this, and we got to see the announcement being made. Chicago. So that means Punk is coming back. The network wanted him back. He's bankable. He's marketable. He is a star, and they want that star power on that new Saturday night show. They really need to differentiate the brands coming up with having Dynamite, having Rampage, and now having Collision, which the logo to Collision looks a lot like Nitro, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of like it. Hangman Adam Page was up next with a promo to put over the Anarchy at the arena match at Double or Nothing with the Elite. We have Page, we have Omega, we have the Bucks versus the Blackpool Combat Club, Danielson, Yuta, Claudio, and Moxley. Next up was the contract signing for the unsanctioned match with Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho, and an unsanctioned match. I don't know why that needs a contract because it's unsanctioned. But anyway, let's not get bogged down in semantics. Cole was accompanied by Roderick Strong. Chris Jericho had the Jericho Appreciation Society by his side. Tony Schiavone said, let's have no physicality. And we had a good promo, good heat buildup. Adam Cole, after the numbers game was discussed, the JAS having a 5-on-2 advantage, well, Adam Cole said, well, I've got somebody homicidal, suicidal, and blah, 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 and out came Sabu, which of all the wrestlers they could have gotten that were in Vegas, they had to get Sabu, which I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. The guy is 20 years past his prime. He's got a false hip. He's just a garbage human, as it were. I worked shows with him for a couple years, and I have a vehement disdain for him, and I've said a lot of things about him, and I stand by all of them. I don't like him. After the luster of being a fan of his in ECW when I was a teenager growing up, and then meeting him and getting to know, I don't like him at all. And I think this is just a bad move. I really think it's a bad move to bring him in when you have Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly sitting there on the sidelines, and you could have brought either of them in this case. So they didn't do that. Match number 4, the main event, Ring of Honor tag titles on the line. Rey Fenix and Penta, the Lucha Bros, versus Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta from the Blackpool Combat Club. From what I saw, my internet went out last night. I didn't get to watch the remainder of the match, but it was a good match from what I saw, and at no time did I see Claudio and Wheeler going over on the Lucha Bros in this match. It was a lot of great back and forth. Fenix and Penta are crowd favorites. I don't like a lot of the high-flying stuff, but with the Luchadors, it's their style, and I really like the contrast between Yuta and Castagnoli and Fenix and Penta. Danielson was annoying on commentary throughout the match, though. Horrible. Can't stand him on the microphone at all. Good enough worker. Finish came when the Bucks popped out from under the ring, prevented Claudio from saving Wheeler Yuta as Fenix and Penta hit their double team finisher off the top on him. Moxley cut a promo on the Bucks as they ran through the crowd, leading into Double or Nothing in the Anarchy in the Arena match this Sunday. Danielson could be seen dressing down Wheeler Yuta verbally during the finale to the show, as he said he was going to because he didn't cover both of Fenix's shoulders during a pin attempt, and he said that was sloppy. And of course, we know Yuta, he took the pinfall, so they're laying the blame at his feet on this. But that was Dynamite last night. A good enough show. The main event was entertaining. I really like all four competitors in that match. Taya Valkyrie versus Lady Frost. Those two are phenomenal talents. I really, really can't speak Taya Valkyrie's, sing her praises enough. The same goes for Lady Frost. In my opinion, Lady Frost should be the ROH Women's Champion right now. Athena should drop the belt to her. Build Frost up as a baby face because I think she works better as a baby. The crowd loves her. She has a wonderful blend of technical and, your high-flying style. So this just would be a wonderful fit in Ring of Honor as a champion because I think she would get lost in the shuffle on the main roster. Trios titles match, House of Black, that was the match of the night. It really was. A technical and psychology just showcase on that one right there. So kudos to all 6 men involved in that match. That's it, folks. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be doing these. I'll try to do Dynamite and Rampage and eventually Collision and get all 3 of those out for you. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'm Etep. You know where to find me. I will catch you guys on the next one.